Welcome everyone, this is Lewis and right now you're watching Timeless Side Trails and we are here at the McKittrick Bridge. Right now we're located 33 miles west from Bakersfield and 55 miles east San Luis Obispo and 20 miles south from Los Hills, beautiful cities. So I was around here by the McKittrick Bridge oil fields. This area that I was just passing by, and this took almost an hour and a half just to find this abandoned bridge. So in the early 1900s, McKittrick, California was bustling hub for promise. The oil fields were filled of booming and prospectors, ranchers, and families flocked around the area. A wooden bridge was built over through the dry hills. The bridge was simple weathered plank, beams, and iron bolts. Actually, it was located by the crossroads. It wasn't just a way to get across the creek, but it was actually a way to meet the point of the oil companies grew richer during this town around the 1930s. Cheaper oil was being found. McKittrick started to be emptied out, and abandoned homes and abandoned railroads. Electro-Pacific Railroad was one of the main hubs around this area. It's one of the most hardest videos that I've done because there is not a lot of information about it. A lot of people here, they whispered that the night of 1938, a group of workers tried to flee McKittrick. They had discovered something about the oil and the wells a couple distance away. Is McKittrick tar pits, not to forget to mention La Brea tar pits. That's actually a video that I did before. So the land itself, family, truck, and wagon raced towards the crossings of the bridge. So hoping to actually to escape everything else in the valley. So people say that around that area there is like ghosts and stuff like that. And sometimes they can find creatures. I don't know how true can that be. Today McKittrick stands silent. The oil fields around here. And sometimes you can stumble the old bridge. But for me it took me a while to find it. It was just most couple logs. Doesn't even look like it was like a bridge or anything like that. It's very hard to find this place. So the legend of abandoned places, this is one of them. A lot of the places around abandoned railroad tracks. But the bridge of getting oil mystery, and the rumor of the bridge was haunted and, like I said earlier, spirits or ghosts. Most people don't even know McKittrick doesn't show up in the modern map. But if you drive around west by the tar pits that I mentioned earlier on unnamed dirt road behind the rusted fence where oil tanks are located. So pretty much either you have to go like in a drone like how I did today, or you have to walk around a mile, or I think it's like a half a mile, but it's a really hard location. There's no record of who paid for it, no documentation, no engineer name. We just know that it's the Railroad Pacific, and it was ended there towards the 1900s. But in the 1938, the people started whispering about all this stuff what happened around there. Like I said earlier, ghosts, mutants, creatures, and night crawlers, and all that. So it's pretty crazy. One of the reasons why I didn't went there by myself, because you never know what is going on in that area. And I kind of felt like it was a area of Fallout series. You know what I mean? I played that game before, but kind of felt like that during that time. That's why I'm like, now I'm just gonna flow my drone up there and see what is going on without me going inside those oil drilling area, because a lot of the drills right there, they don't have oil, so they discontinue some of them. Also the workers who work in that rail, they also see like shadow movements and some of the mechanic animals disappearing on the creek. So a lot of the decades surrounding this area, McKittrick, a lot of the companies left around here. There's some of them, they are actually working. I was around there and they are working for different companies like Chevron, but the GPS still shows that it's nothing there, and it's still, I don't see anything that is a historical landmark or a historical plate on it. Like in social media, I don't see anything on this location either. So they have a lot of cool mystical stuff going on. So McKittrick has other amenities besides this bridge. The hotel, the Penny Bar, is directly succeeded by the old headquarters hotel. It used to be a saloon or something like that, built by 1898. Business was actually destroyed by a fire in 1903. Bandits rebuilt it. Its original location was the town of Jane, later bought by the hotel in operations of 1920. During time of depression, the McKittrick Hotel and Cafe managed to stay in business to the series of successive owners, and around 1998-2000 the building was closed for 40 years after the 1970s. This hotel was known mostly because it was made the front of all pennies, the McKittrick Hotel and Penny Bar. Old folks know that I'm really renowned before when they used to do the railroads, and now pretty much is closed after the owner deceased in 2020. So it was like a business bar afterwards, and it was a large bucket of pennies decorating in the bar and walls, and I believe it's around 1 million pennies later. The pennies were on front of the location. There's not a lot of stuff going on in this area of town on corn country, and just to pass by during the time. So here, the wooden railroad McKittrick Bridge, the era of the railroad rapidly expanded across terrains. Their construction designs were driven and needed to efficient, cost effective to expand the rivers to the landscape, in particular during the 19th and 20th century. So they're actually made of foundation. Before the timber was laid out, the engineering building were surveyed to its max and to the side of most stable point for the support. Their construction was funded with the stones and early forms of concrete along timber on the 1800s. Timber as pillars. The groundwork was vital to withstand dynamic loads and imposed by the moving trains of this era. The selection of timber and wood was the material of choice of most common designs during this type of bridge. Distributed with the weight of the train perceived by measuring together using iron bars and straps and bracing for stability, and giving of the wear and weather, exposing the heavy loads. Many wooden bridges underwent periodic maintenance, but later on the train load increased the technology of advancement, and some bridges were retrofitted of steel and eventually becoming obsolete or abandoned altogether. So this is the McKittrick Bridge. This is Timeless Side Trails. I'm a real estate agent in California. Please subscribe. If you want to see more of my videos, press here or press there. Thanks for watching, and until next one, bye.